Hugh, why don't we get into it? So they made a hire. They actually hired somebody from State Street. What does this person do, and what does this bank want to do with quantum computing?
Yeah, that's right, Frank. So, JP Morgan has for the past 5 years or so had an internal group that conducted research into emerging technologies like quantum computing that could solve problems in finance. So Marco Pistoia was the former IBM inventor who led the group since 2020, who's recently left the bank, according to people with knowledge of the situation. One of his deputies, Charles Lim, who led the bank's global head for quantum communications and cryptography, has also left. The new leader that we just talked about of the research group is a guy named Rob Otter, okay? And he's, according to the JP Morgan memo that I obtained, is a veteran of the tech industry. He was most recently at State Street as global head of digital technology and quantum computing. And before that, he actually led JP Morgan's blockchain business. So the move where you are seeing, you're going from essentially two academics, people who are really respected in the scientific community and who, Marco Pistoia, for instance, had about 280 patents to his name. That was pretty impressive. To going from those academics to a person who's seen as more sort of commercially minded, it's seen as a possible sign that JP Morgan wants to accelerate its efforts to find commercial uses for this research and technology, Frank.
All right, so I think a lot of companies are trying to find, as you just mentioned, commercial uses for quantum technology. When it comes to discovering drugs, we've heard the CEO of Sandbox AQ tell us it can help speed up drug discovery. Cybersecurity companies are looking at it as a way to kind of bolster cybersecurity defenses against hackers. What does a bank need quantum computing for? Like, what problem are they trying to figure out? Is it going to help with trading, better investment ideas, risk? I mean, what area could it even be used for?
Yeah, it's a fascinating question, Frank. So there are, what I would consider pretty boring applications like portfolio optimization, things like that, fraud detection, other things like, in terms of defense. I think the most revolutionary reason why banks like JP Morgan really want to be involved with this is that if you actually had a quantum computer, you could break effectively the world's encryption. And so you have a case where I'm told that there are nation states who are caching, holding on to, encrypted data with the hopes that one day they'll be able to break the encryption once in 15 or 20 years. As Jensen Huang said, we actually have a quantum computer. So, if this day is coming, if the quantum moment is coming, banks like JP Morgan, who obviously, are a store and a protector of tons of financial information, really have to get ahead of that and have to be able to defend against those attacks.